We're at the Island Park Lodge in Island Park, Idaho, and it's January 28th, 2008, and we're with Randy Gavatt and Joe Williams. Tell us what you're celebrating today, guys.
This is our 10-year anniversary from our 1998 world record of 1,289 miles on a snowmobile in a 24-hour period.
Okay, so 10 years ago you did that. Now, didn't you also get a world record a little bit before that, a few years before that?
Yes, we did. Joe?
For the same thing?
March of 95, we broke the original Guinness World Record, which was right around 600 miles, and we did 913 miles at that time. And we just knew we could do more mileage, so we did that in a blizzard, in an actual blizzard. So we went and reattempted it again in 98.
So you beat your own record?
Correct.
No one between the two times had beat the first record?
No. And we were kind of afraid that they might, because it was attainable. We knew that because we had done it in a blizzard. And that's the reason we went and redid it again. And we put it out there pretty far now. Well,
what was it like the day? Do you remember?
On the second world record, the weather was pretty good. It was 25 degrees and just a little bit of fog out there. So when you have really good weather and you've done it once before, like we did in 1996, and we knew what to expect, and it worked out really well.
What kind of sleds were you riding?
We were riding Articats in the 1996 world record and Skidoos in the 1998 world record.
And did you have sponsors for the 1998 ride?
Many, many sponsors. Ski-Doo, #1 for supporting us with snowmobiles. American Carriage out of Idaho Falls, who make that happen. Cabela's Sportswear. Conoco, Phillips 66 for oil. Torco, or for fuel rather, and Torco for oil. A lot of major sponsorship, and that was something we learned from the first time. We didn't have the sponsorship, we did it on our own, and being world record holders, it made it a little easier for us to be able to get the sponsors for the second attempt, and it is financially, it's a big burden to do it.
What was the hardest part of the ride?
From about 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. that next morning. So we started at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, purposely so that most of the snowmobilers, the renters, would be off the trail system in only a couple hours, and then we could really put some miles on. But when it's really early a.m., right before the sun comes up, it was really, really tough just to continue on.
Yeah,
because you were tired? Oh, you crashed?
I crashed really bad out by Sheridan Ranch. Fell asleep while riding at 90 plus miles an hour. Fortunately, didn't hurt the snowmobile, didn't hurt myself, was able to get back on, and I didn't fall asleep after that no more.
Wow. Well, how did you stay awake?
The adrenaline and the pit support that we had a really good pit crews that when we came in for fuel, helped fuel our sleds, and we could go in and get some high protein food in us and keep going. But the adrenaline, I think, is the thing that really keeps you going.
Now, how old were you, Joe, when you did this?
10 years ago.
We know that. How old were you?
38.
Oh, wow, and how old were you?
34.
And would you do it again? If someone beat the record, would you go out and try to beat it again?
It depends on if it happened in a short period of time, maybe.
In a short period of time from now?
Well, yeah. I hit the big 5-0. I think I'm done for the strength and the endurance it takes to do that. It's a young man's game. We were pretty much on the edge when we did it before, and I had carpal tunnel for 6 months. I hardly used my hands from the vibration and just the endurance effect of it. So it's brutal. It's really hard to do. I've asked a lot of people that find out that we're Guinness World Record holders and asked them, how far do you think you can ride a snowmobile in a day? And the most common answer is right around 300 miles. So, because they know, as being snowmobilers, what it takes to do 300 in a day, and they're considering a day at that point at 8 hours. But to multiply that into a 24-hour period, it's almost, you can't fathom it. It's, you know, here we are in Idaho, and to put it into perspective, I can drive to Minnesota and come back to North Dakota. Or I can leave Idaho, for people that are familiar with where we're at in Idaho, West Yellowstone, Montana, drive to Las Vegas, Nevada, turn around and come back, and then drive back to Salt Lake City. That's how far it is in a day.
And what was your average speed?
76.8 miles an hour.
And you couldn't drive that fast if you were going those places on the road in a car, most likely.
Correct.
You probably couldn't
It'd be
average
hard
that kind of
to duplicate that in
speed.
an automobile. And today it can't be duplicated on the trail system because now we have the 45-mile-an-hour zone.
Well, by virtue of all the people that are inside the lodge waiting to have a party with you guys, I think that you can be sure the community is really proud of you.
We appreciate that.
Thank
Has
you.
anybody attempted to break the record?
It's been attempted several times, and now Guinness has rechanged the rules on what we've done. We're recognized as holding the world record for the most miles driven on a snowmobile trail riding. Guinness has since changed that, so there is no more trail record anymore. Now you must break the record and be visible for the duration of a loop. So they've turned it into a loop type deal so that you can be monitored, and I can understand their reasoning on that. So
Doesn't sound as exciting though as going in the backcountry of Island Park, does it?
No.
definitely not, and not near as challenging.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. Well, thank you guys.
We did it with mints and spices.
How do you do
You were going to have a beer? Yeah. Something laid down on Aim is talking to Oh, we had too much fun.
They might just make sure you sign my oath over there.